Hello and welcome to the session. Company Law and Corporate Governance LO3. Analyze the process of raising and maintaining capital for a company. How do companies raise and maintain capital effectively? This video explores the intricacies of company law and corporate governance. Discover the balance between flexibility and protection in capital management. Share capital is ownership finance raised by issuing shares. It represents exchanging ownership rights for capital. Shareholders gain rights based on the share type. Ordinary shares offer voting rights, while preference shares provide fixed dividends. This attracts investors with varying risk appetites. Capital is divided into equity and debt. Equity comes from shareholders and doesn't need repayment. Debt involves borrowing with interest obligations. Public companies raise equity through public subscriptions. Private companies use private placements. Directors must follow statutory procedures when issuing shares. Although authorized share capital isn't mandatory, many companies set limits. Preemption rights protect shareholders from ownership dilution. Shares can be paid in cash or non-cash. Directors ensure shares are issued at proper value. Once raised, share capital must be preserved. This protects creditors relying on capital as an insolvency buffer. Reducing share capital requires formal procedures. Companies may purchase their own shares under strict regulations. Unlawful dividends lead to personal liability for directors. Loan capital involves borrowing instead of selling ownership. It includes bank loans and debentures. Loan capital retains ownership control. Interest payments are predictable but increase financial risk. Failure to repay loans can lead to insolvency. Loan capital is often secured by charges over assets. A fixed charge attaches to a specific asset. A floating charge covers changing assets like stock. Floating charges provide flexibility. They offer weaker protection to lenders than fixed charges. A debenture acknowledges a company's debt. Debenture holders are creditors without voting rights. Debentures may be secured or unsecured. Charges must be registered with Companies House. Registration promotes transparency and protects third parties. Raising and maintaining capital balances, flexibility, and protection. Share capital offers long-term finance but is regulated. Maintenance rules safeguard capital. Loan capital provides flexibility but increases risk. These mechanisms ensure efficient fundraising and financial discipline. Limited liability companies raise capital through shares and loans. Company law governs how capital is raised and maintained. Shares represent ownership and carry rights. Directors need authority to issue shares. Preemption rights protect existing shareholders. Once raised, capital usage is restricted by law. Share capital must be maintained to protect creditors. Reducing share capital requires a formal process. Companies are limited in buying back their shares. Dividends can only be paid from distributable profits. Capital rules balance flexibility and protection. Companies can raise funds through equity and debt. Safeguards ensure transparency and stability. Preemption rights and capital restrictions prevent abuse. These rules help attract investment and maintain financial integrity. The law on share issues balances flexibility and protection. Directors need authority to issue shares. Preemption rights protect ownership proportions. Issuing shares at a discount is prohibited. Shareholder oversight is crucial for protection. Dividend regulation links to capital maintenance. Dividends must come from distributable profits. Directors have discretion in profit calculations. Creditor protection is prioritized over shareholder expectations. This balance affects risk, reward, and transparency. Insider dealing laws ensure market fairness. They prevent unfair advantage from price-sensitive information. Enforcement challenges exist in proving intent. Prosecutions are rare but rely on regulatory surveillance. Stronger enforcement is needed for effective deterrence. Private and public companies have distinct characteristics. Both operate as separate legal entities. Private companies have concentrated ownership. Public companies face market reliance and disclosure requirements. Administration and finance differ significantly between them. Companies are administered as separate legal persons. This concept is rooted in Salomon v. A. Salomon & Co. Limited. It aids capital formation but can create moral hazards. Courts rarely pierce the corporate veil. Administration relies on formalities and shareholder control. Equity finance involves issuing shares. Debt finance includes loans and debentures. Directors must consider the company's debt serviceability. Equity finance affects ownership, while debt finance increases obligations. Both have distinct impacts on company operations. Directors must manage for the company's benefit. Conflicts of interest are strictly regulated. Enforcement varies between private and public companies. Duty of care standards are rising globally. Directors face increasing expectations for oversight and risk management. In public companies, shareholder control is often passive. Accountability relies on market discipline and regulatory oversight. Private companies have more active shareholder control. This can lead to faster decisions, but also risks minority exclusion. Legal remedies exist for shareholder disputes. Insider dealing laws are crucial for public markets. They ensure fairness and investor confidence. Enforcement challenges remain significant. Public companies face heavier disclosure burdens. This is essential for raising public funds at scale. In conclusion, analyzing the process of raising and maintaining capital is essential for understanding how companies finance their operations and support long-term growth. Companies may raise capital through equity, debt, or retained earnings, each with different implications for ownership, control, and financial risk. Maintaining capital requires effective financial management, compliance with legal requirements, and sound governance practices. A clear understanding of these processes enables companies to secure funding responsibly, maintain investor confidence, and achieve sustainable financial performance. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us via email or WhatsApp at 0748 436 1688.